Hello, welcome to my channel, and my name is Alex. Welcome on in. Over here on this channel we like to do dark grungy makeup looks with elements of colour, obviously, and we like to do project panning. We've got a few different projects on the go at the minute, so if any of those things sound like a good time to you, then please stick around. In today's video we're going to do a full face. This is a full face of makeup that I've decluttered. I did film like a makeup that I've decluttered video, but then accidentally deleted it and I don't have the strength to refilm it. So I just thought I would do like this condensed version instead, where I just do a full face of the makeup that I've decluttered. Without further ado, let's skip to the close-up and let's see how we achieve this look with makeup that I'm throwing away. Hello, I'm just going to say it now. I have a very broken nail. So if you see it, no you didn't. We're just going to start with priming. The e.l.f. Glow Liquid Filter. And I have the shade 3.5 here. I usually just do like a little, like this shape. I don't know why. It's just what I do. I'm not decluttering this, I just didn't have a primer that I was decluttering. So this is the one that I've just decided to use. I'm actually not the hugest fan of it. I am trying to get through it and pan it and then never get it again. And obviously with the whole e.l.f. controversy at the moment, I'm not really that bothered with buying anything from them. If they want to support people who think domestic violence is funny, then I am much happier not supporting them. There's plenty of brands out there that don't be doing mad shit like that. At the minute, e.l.f. is not the one for me. And then I know this is starting off kind of boring because the foundation that I've decided to use, I'm also not decluttering. I haven't got any foundations that I'm decluttering. This is the Vive Skin Nova Complexion Balm, and there's only a little bit left in this, so let's see if we can just get through this as well, and then we can have another juicy empty, which is what we prefer to a declutter anyway, isn't it? We want to use the products, not just buy them and throw them away. I actually really love this foundation. It lasts all day, it's nice and buildable, and it doesn't crease in my smile lines very much. All the other foundations that I've tried since trying to duplicate my favourite Fenty one that they discontinued, they just haven't had that same like staying power that the Fenty one once had. So, but this one's close. It's nice and buildable, not too thick and heavy. I don't like a thick, heavy foundation. Doesn't settle into my smile lines or creases too badly, and it has just a nice sort of like pore minimizing blurring effect. A little bit of something I find this one is, but you can obviously build it up a little bit as well. So finally we're on to a declutter. I've decided to go for the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Brightening Concealer, and this is the shade Light Bamboo, and I was so excited to try this concealer. This was like my present to myself when I got my new job, which isn't a new job anymore. I've been there 2 years now, 2 years next month, and it was dreadful. It's like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Is it going to focus on something like that? I don't know. It's just really grainy. I kind of have to mix it together on the back of my hand, already creating more mess than is really required when you're doing your makeup. I actually saw a whole bunch of these in TK Maxx the other day, and I am not surprised because it is garbage concealer. I've tried to mix out or mix in some of the graininess. I don't know, again, if that's going to show. And then I'm just going to go in with my sponge under my eye. I don't know if you can see the way that I can see that I'm just not getting any coverage from that. From someone who's been using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer pretty much every day this year, this just doesn't compare, and the price point is drastically different. I can't remember exactly how much either product is, but I would say the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is closer to £10 and this is closer to £20. And it's just like, what's it done? What has it even done? And it has like a weird sort of like radiant quality to it. It just makes your under eyes look grey. Maybe I haven't quite got the right one for my skin tone, but I just feel like that has literally done nothing for me. And I've used all of that splotch, which I actually thought was too much, but actually it's done nothing for me. So that's why that's definitely going. Revolution Translucent, what's this? Translucent Baking Powder. And my mum gave me this because it was giving her a grey cast honest. I don't think it's done much more for me either. I've just tipped out the whole thing. In my opinion, something's not truly translucent if it's giving any skin tone a grey cast. So I will just demonstrate that for you now. I've tipped out the whole history of it onto the back of my hand, so bear with me. It is a good job I'm not going out today, because your gal would be going out looking ashy. Like, look at that. I normally day to day use the Lottie London one, RIP Lottie London, they don't exist anymore. The Lottie London one was marketed as translucent, but it was like a warm translucent setting powder. That is literally stunning. It's like, I love it so much, and I don't know what I'm going to do when it runs out because they don't exist anymore. And then I do like to set around my nose and mouth with my loose powder as well. That actually isn't looking too bad. The mirror that I'm looking into is a little bit hazy, so maybe it looks worse on camera, but I'm just going to go and wash my hand off and then I will be right back. Sorry if the camera angle has changed. I had to get up and do something. I was doing my contour and it stopped filming, but I've just put some cream contour on. It's not anything that I've decluttered anyway. Just going to put a bit of cream blush on. Okay, so this isn't being decluttered either, but I think I've put way too much on. It's just a cloud paint from Glossier. Oh, that might be way too much. Oh well. I was saying before I realised that it wasn't recording that translucent powder has just made me super ashy. I don't know if you bake with it, it's better. I've never baked, I don't plan to bake. I enjoy putting on my makeup, but I don't want to add like baking to the routine, because it feels like that just feels like it takes a really long time. I don't know if baking with that baking powder would make me not ashy. I just think that was the baking powder's problem, and it's just not a very good translucent powder. It also has that like makeup-y smell. Because I'm not a huge fan of it, I'm just going to set my face now with the Kosas Cloud set, which is an education in a non-ashy setting powder. So just go around the perimeter of my cream products. You just get a way better blend this way. Okay, so that's toned down some of the ashiness of the translucent powder. And I think I said, and hadn't been recording also, that I was finding that as the day went on, I'd get like a silvery finish on my skin. So it's just not formulated for skin of colour. This is getting pretty boring. We're not getting much tea here. We're just using my powder bronzer now. I'm just going to be sorry again there that if the camera has changed. Again, this is not a powder bronzer that I'm decluttering. And then I think now we're onto a good run of things that I'm decluttering. A blush that I'm decluttering is this mini NARS blush in the shade Orgasm. We were all there for the makeup cult. We all know that what the status that NARS Orgasm had. I don't know if this is just super expired, but it just like has no pigment at all on my skin, which is the reason that I decluttered it. And I remembered when I first got it that it did have some pigment, so I don't know if it's just got super old. It's honestly not the oldest thing that I have. I have older things than this that still perform. I'm gonna go in pretty hard with the brush because this just doesn't show up on me. I don't know if again NARS Orgasm was just like a pale girly phenomenon. See, like I've really covered the brush, and what kind of payoff are we getting? So I'm kind of glad that I put too much of the cream blush on, because at least we've got something. I think we can see a little tiny bit of a gold reflect going on. I'm glad that for whoever it did work for, it worked for them enough for it to become this cultural phenomenon. If you've seen any of my panning content, you know that I was panning California, which was like a peachy blush with a gold reflect in it, although the gold reflect had died a death, because that was also pretty old, but at least it still had pigment. I do think actually the gold reflect is doing something, but I have gone in really hard in the pan to get that to show up. And I'm just not about working that hard to get my powders to do anything for me. And then for highlighter, I think I'm probably gonna go, I really wanted another chance to badmouth the Cheeky Glow Liquid highlighter by Lottie London, but last time I remembered I couldn't even get this out because it had like solidified. The like sponge has hardened, so the product is just, yeah. So I can't get anything out of that one. So I'm not gonna, as much as I'd like another opportunity to badmouth this, I'm just gonna let it go. And instead I'm just gonna get out my Fenty Beauty Cognac Candy as my highlighter. And it's got like a gold reflect, with like a rosy base. But I always just found this just looks super piecey and not that great on me. But I'm thinking with the NARS base that's giving it that sort of like metallic, maybe like the pieciness on top of that might be a bit of a vibe. So I'm just going in with this brush again. I'm just going to go onto my cheekbones. No Fenty. Like, when does Fenty ever do us wrong? Actually, see, there is a little bit of something. I'm a blinding highlighter gal. Like, I want like 2016 highlighter, and this just doesn't give it to me. Things are getting pretty weird now that I haven't done my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna go in. I decluttered this NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Espresso. It's really hard, and so you have to press really hard, and then it's not very pigmented, and I think it's also, it might have potentially been a little bit warm for me. Like, where is it? I really struggle to get definition with this, which is the main thing I'm looking for with my brow products, something that can give me that nice sharp shape. Oh my god, it just doesn't match. Eyebrows are done and the colour just doesn't match. I don't know if that level of detail will show up on camera, like the mismatch in the colour. This eyeshadow primer, again, isn't being decluttered. It's just, I actually only have one at the minute, which is good. That's what we like to see in the world of panning, is just one of products. Because I think it's like called the NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer or something. It's a really not catchy name. Eyelids are primed, and we're going to go back into the Revolution. You might have already seen a couple of glimpses of me using the mirror of this. We're going to go back into the Revolution Chilled palette. Let's see if we can create something beautiful for the last time with this palette. We'll begin as we always do with this pool battered brush. I know that it needs a wash, but I've gotten away without washing it so far, so here we are. This is the L02 in the Lynn's Makeup Looks and Blend Bunny collab brushes. And we're just going to go in with Burn on the outer corner. And it's just a lovely, deep, cool toned brown. Watch me just fall in love with this palette again now and not want to get rid of it. That's okay though, if that happens. Creating a bit of a winged shape in this outer corner with it. A rough wing shape like that. I'm going to go in with Plant, which is this sort of like teal colour. I'm going to start blending that out just along the top here. And I'm just using this Spectrum brush, the A12 Spectrum brush. Spectrum brushes are up there with some of my favourites. I don't even think I ever got to use this shade, so I'm going to use Sativa, and then we're going to blend into Candyland, which is a bit of like a green with a gold. A bit of a gold reflect, and I just feel like that'll tie in some of the gold in my cheeks and whatnot, potentially. I don't know, I'm just having a play. So I'm just going to go in with my finger like I always do with shimmers. And it's actually kind of purpley on my finger. We just pat that on the outer corner. And then I'm just going to take my other finger and go into Candyland and just do that on the rest of it. Oh, hello. Hello, Candyland. Ooh. What have I been missing? I love that. I love Candyland. She's beautiful. The problem with these colours is these shadows is they do have a bit of impact, but I just know if I went out like this, I would come home and all of it would have like degraded on my lids. Again, you did not see my broken fingernail. And I am really having to build up quite a thick layer of it as well to get the level of payoff that I'm used to when I use, you know, your Cosmic brushes, your Blend Bunny, all of those like fantastic indie eyeshadow creators. I'm just going to take that Plant shade again now and just very lightly start to bring all this together on the crease. Let's go in with the L04 from the Lynn's Makeup Looks and Blend Bunny collab. We're going to go into the shade Acapulco, which is just this like pure gold. I think we're going to do a highlight, in a corner highlight, tying in those golds from the blush and the highlighter and whatnot. And I think I'm just going to drag it down onto this lower lash line a bit as well, like that. So I think that is quite a subtle, because I'm going ham in this pan to try and pick some up. One of the shades I'm panning at the minute is a Cosmic Brushes shade that's really good for an inner corner highlight. It's the shade Odyssey in the Serenity palette, if you're interested. I'll also put the video in the cards up here. And I'm just stretching this Acapulco shade across the bottom of my lash line to blend in with that burn shade that we put down, which I think is actually blending in quite nicely. I don't hate the look so far, but it doesn't have that wow factor of the things they do with indie eyeshadows now. It's just changed our brain chemistry. Nothing is sparkly enough anymore. I literally don't care about smoking weed, by the way. Like, if you want to smoke weed, obviously, do what you want. But I don't care about it. I just really like green eyeshadow, and obviously there's lots of, I like green and brown eyeshadow actually, and there's lots of greens and lots of browns. So that is why I picked this palette initially. Again, sorry if the camera angle has changed. I have to keep getting up because my rabbit's on medication at the minute. She needs medication every hour. So I have to keep getting up to do her medication, and sometimes it takes like 20 minutes to do each round of medication. Anyway, I think I'm going to do lips now. And I'm torn between the Lottie London Glitter Switch lipstick that was a collab with Harley Quinn and the NYX Duck Plumping Gloss. I can't do the two together because the glitter switch doesn't work if you put anything under or over this lipstick, which is one of the reasons I'm getting rid of it, because it's super drying and you can't put it over like a lip mask or anything otherwise. The glitter switch doesn't work, and then I'm like, well, I have a million pink lipsticks that aren't this much hard work, so I just can't be bothered with it. I think I'm gonna do the Duck Plump one though, just for the lols, because it is painful. So I'm decluttering all of my e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners just because they really bleed, and I just don't think this one is actually dark enough. Oh, you can kind of see it. Okay, let's do Mauve Side as the liner then. So these do look great when they go on. They properly do glide on. They're a really nice texture, but they will bleed. They will bleed at any given moment. I really like that with the green. But if I just wear it on its own, maybe that's fine, but that isn't the plan, is it, with the lip liner? I'm going in with the NYX Duck Plump Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade Striker Rose, and I am genuinely scared because this does genuinely hurt quite a lot to put on. I think it is one of the only genuinely plumping lip glosses out there. It tastes super spicy, super cinnamony. It actually isn't burning though. Interesting. There's definitely that cinnamony, spicy, like what's the active ingredient? Capsaicin. It's like it's got that smell, but I really don't feel my lips tingling. So maybe this has expired. It's I would say less than 2 years old. What's the shelf life on this? It just say 24 months, and I would say it's less than 2 years old, maybe less than 3 years old. Like if someone had a gun to my head, I would say it was less than 3 years old. It is starting to tinkle now, but I do remember when I first got that was super severe. I don't love the colour on me anyway. We are down to our last product, and this is the Kimchi Chic Freckle Pen. I got this because, and I don't know how much I want to talk about Lottie London in one video. It has been a lot this video, hasn't it? Let's just change the title of this video to Lottie London Stan video. But their freckle tint was goated, wasn't it? And so I've been hunting everywhere to try and find one that is on the same level, and I have not really been able to find one. I'm currently using the Freck one, but I don't think it is at the same level. Oh, I'm starting to feel some burn now. I don't even think, these plumping glosses and stuff, I don't think they plump. They just make you sort of talk like this because your lips feel weird, right? What was I saying before that? The Freck one. I'm using the Freck one, and I don't even think the Freck one compares, but this is the Kimchi Chic one, and the reviews on this occasion were correct. It said that it was too light for a lot of people and that it's too red in tone, although now I'm like, what? Oh my god. Now that has like dried out a little bit and gone gloopy. Oh no. That is kind of red still. For lack of a better terminology, they're like ginger person freckles. Like, you know how ginger people get kind of like orange freckles. So if you're ginger and fair, this is the freckle pen for you. But I do naturally have freckles. Oh, I don't know about that. That isn't a good look. But it's okay. We're staying inside today. This is the look. This is the look that I made with all of my products that I've decluttered. And actually, it's a pretty acceptable look, isn't it? It's just we've all got so much makeup, haven't we? Even the things that we are decluttering now, like, they're usable, really. It's just that our standards are so high because, one, there's so much to choose from, and two, we have so much that we've bought to choose from. Yeah, so I don't hate the look. I'm kind of happy with it, actually. Maybe I am going outside today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something a little bit different from me, but I just thought I'd change it up. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you liked what you saw here today, or just leave me a like or a comment instead if you want to. Any of it helps the channel out and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.